Hello, everybody. Welcome here again to another Kerfuffle showcase. Delighted to have Danny here today from Rex, from the Rex family. Today, talking about Siteloft. Danny, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Simon. Thank you for sort of having me on to sort of put the word out about Siteloft. It means a lot.
Not a problem here. We're all here to spread the news and all that sort of stuff. So, I mean, Rex is a bit. I mean, we spoke about that, and we are focusing on the website side of the business here today. But you know, Rex is rapidly becoming a bit of an up and coming name, isn't it, in the industry? I think it's fair to say, with the three very distinct parts of what you do. Obviously, you've got the Rex CRM software. You've obviously got the you've got the kind of social media advertising side of things with Spoke, haven't you? That's really causing some rave reviews. And here today as well, the final part of that triumvirate, the websites. And what I've got to say, one of the best titles for a webinar we've got yet. Your estate agency website doesn't have to be soul destroying. I like those self-deprecating kind of ones there. So hopefully by the end of this, people will agree we've done our job here, and they will agree 100%. That it doesn't have to be soul destroying. And I mean, just kick us off on that. I mean, it's quite obviously a fun title there. Do you think that agents in particular do shrug their shoulders in sort of dismay at having to look at a new website? Is it something that they don't look forwards to in the way that you would a new car?
No, I completely agree. Like, there's with agencies that we've spoken to over the past sort of year, when we've been sort of reaching out to agencies across the UK, whenever you mention a website, it's an instant step back for them. They're like, well, we're happy with our website, but there's so much more to look into, and a website is there to serve a much bigger purpose than what they think it does. And the reason why I've got it is it doesn't have to be soul destroying, is because people put that website up, they don't look at it, but then they complain that website doesn't bring them any leads, doesn't bring them any inquiries. They don't use it. It's just there as a waste of space, as a pretty picture online. And they get really annoyed with the quality of website that they have. But if they was to treat their website like any other system that they would use in their business to help win them new business and to really focus their online presence, then the website can be really beneficial. But it's just for me, as my job, it's getting that word out there and showing them that, it doesn't have to be a soul destroying process. It can really be a benefit to you guys.
And Danny, talk us through just your background, just briefly give us an overview in terms of, and I'll be really keen. Obviously, it's almost like a sales job for yourself, isn't it? What attracted you to kind of Rex there? Obviously, there must have been a lot of excitement, looking forward to joining the business. Just give us an overview there from your own point of view.
No, of course. Again, I'd worked in sort of the property market in sort of the sales and letting side and typical estate agency role. Then I moved over to more like of a prop tech business, where it was sort of helping agencies to get viewings online and booking viewings through their mobile phone again. And then I came across Rex online, and it sort of really caught my eye in terms of the vision they had for the UK, and the fact that it almost, even from the interview on day one when I reached out to the CEO there, you was almost instantly welcomed into this family before you'd even been speaking about the job and before you'd even been offered the job. And it really gave me that sort of feeling of, these guys really do know what they want to do in the UK. They know what they want to achieve in the market. And it was nice to go and work for somebody and work for a company that has got a real vision, but actually cares about their staff as well, and cares more about the clients than any other company that I've ever sort of come across before. And that was really what attracted me to Rex. Obviously, we originally started out with, obviously you've met my colleague Mark and myself, we was working with CRM systems, and then the website product launched in the UK, and we just had this vision of, it was a completely new way to offer websites in the UK. We'd heard of things like, obviously, websites as a service before, but we really felt that we could offer something brand new to the market and offer that sort of shiny new toy for agencies to really reach out and grab and sort of take advantage of early doors. And I sort of jumped at the opportunity to sort of take the lead on it in the UK and really hit the ground running with it. So that's obviously our aim and what we're doing now.
Well, and I can concur with you. I mean, often businesses are, so often obviously defined by their, by the bosses and the leaders there, which is why, it's probably not a good outlook for Kerfuffle considering that's me. But you know, talking to the likes of Anton and the other people there, that, you know, and my own particular background being very similar there was clearly, this was a very different kind of business, and you know, that appetite and willingness to deliver. So often people talk about, you know, wanting to do stuff for their clients, but they know they're saying it as a glib statement. But from his point of view, there's a genuine desire and passion around it, and that comes through time and time again with not just the approach to the business, but actually the end of the actual quality of the product you see at the end of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very clean, very, very slick. Obviously, often very well thought through, which is great. So I mean, obviously, you're entering a very competitive marketplace here, aren't you? I mean, in terms of websites, you know, website companies are 10 to a dozen, albeit that shrinks massively for those that have a real understanding of the estate agency space. What separates Siteloft though from the other website providers over here in the UK at the moment?
I'd say the sort of the main service offerings in general. I think providing something that is a website as a service really puts us out there and really separates us from the rest of the market. Obviously, a lot of website providers provide it as this one-off product, but a website needs to be updated on a daily basis. You know, it's all about how well does your website perform online? How well does it sort of react with Google and other sort of services like that? I'd say as well that it brings out the features in the product in terms of what makes us different, like responsiveness of a website. You know, lots of website companies claim to be responsive, whereas they merely adapt to things like mobile devices and things like that. So for us, having that sort of, again, a bit of future-proof technology in there so that we respond to all mobile devices, because over 80 to 90% of web traffic comes from a mobile phone. When you've got 5 minutes in the car, you search through things on your phone, obviously when you're parked up. You're scrolling through your phone, you're looking at websites. If you're looking for sort of a new estate agency, let's say, you're going to jump on your mobile phone if you're out and about straight away and look for that agent. So it's all about the user experience. And I feel that really separates us from the rest of the market as well.
I'm fascinated by your phrase there, website as a service, and I will be stealing it. So thank you for that. That really resonates though with me, because one of the reasons and why I suspect people should respond to having a new website, and that analogy that I did before is having a new car. But of course it is because they've been traditionally, it has been a big one-off fee, hasn't it? You know, It's been the whatever price point it is, whether that's $5,000 for a templated site up to 20, 30 grand and beyond for the, you know, some of the top end ones and everything else. So that's a huge investment there. So it becomes one of those big decisions that you can't take lightly. And here's the problem, you identified it. You know, it's not like you get it right there, stop, and then you just all innovation can stop, because things are moving, especially in the web world, so quickly. There needs to be complete iteration. Otherwise, you're literally falling down the kind of slope of innovation, aren't you there? So websites absolutely should be done as a website as a service there. Why do you think it hasn't been done to date? What do you think the dynamic is there?
To be honest, I personally think it can come around. A lot of it is very much money orientated. I personally feel that there's companies out there that will sort of take that upfront fee, build the website for them, but then that's their opportunity to walk away. You know, they could go and build a bakery's website the next day, or a restaurant's website the next day. We specifically deal with estate agencies in the UK and Australia and New Zealand. It's not like we're going to build their website and then go and build a website for a butcher the next day. You know, we've got specifically the tools in place to help everything in terms of like an agency's day-to-day life. And the reason why I don't think it be done, I genuinely think it could be down to things like not having the right manpower and technology to be able to provide it. You know, because keeping up to date with a website really takes a lot of time. We like to give our clients access to their own website so that they can make change when they want. But the more technical stuff in terms of things like, let's say, web code design trends and web code languages, and even things like keeping up to date with SEO requirements, you know, that needs to be done by somebody who is technically able to do that. An estate agency isn't always going to be technically advanced. And these one-off products where they pay these £2,000-3,000, yes, they may be good at designing the website and putting all of like your content in there and having it operate and function online. But when it comes to estate agency functionality, it's completely different to any other industry. And it really takes an industry or a company like Rex to have the sort of digital tools in place to deliver a product like that, which is, again, is something that I think puts us ahead of certain parts of the market as well.
And that, so that, as I understand that, then you're essentially, you've exposed what they call the content management system for the agents, the CMS there. The agent can go in and change text, keep it fresh and everything else. But all the key important, techie stuff, you're still there in a very supportive capacity for them.
Yeah, exactly. So there's obviously even things like, if it's a small change that an agency needs to make on a website, and they're more than capable to go in and do it themselves, or more than welcome to, if they are struggling, we are still going to be there no matter how big or small the change. We'll guide them on how to make the changes. We'll give them sort of full training on how to make it. But we don't want there to be this sense of like having to go for a middleman to make your own changes. It's your website. You know what's best for your website. Big changes that you want to make and you might have to reach out to us. Yeah, that's fair enough. But if you just want to go and change an image, it's all about the sort of the time capacity for the agent as well. They're busy, they've got listings that they need to go out and win, new business that they want to go and win. They don't need to be sitting down emailing their website provider to make changes in content and then 2 days later hearing back whether or not the change cannot be made. Then 2 days later there might be another change that they want to make. So it's just about keeping the sort of customers happy, but for us on our end, being there for the really technical support on the other side as well.
Really helpful explanation there, Danny. Thanks. And just how do you stop the biggest kind of challenge there? I see that at some stage, the look and feels and trends of websites change, don't they? So there will need to be kind of overhaul of the main design element there. Surely that can't sit within the main, just like the monthly's website as a service thing. Will you still need to have an iterative change every now and again?
I personally feel that the way that the business moving forward is they're always looking to sort of revamp and develop the product in any way that we can. We want to deliver the best product on the market. And if that means us sort of updating content on our sort of our own platforms and designs, if it means releasing new features and releasing new designs for the website in general, then I'm sure that's what the product team have got in mind. But for us at the moment, it was really about capturing what a UK estate agent needs for their website. And also, again, getting feedback on what they would like on their website. It's the best way for us to describe the product and get the product moving forward in the market to attract more clients than ever, is to speak to the agencies directly and getting them on board and finding out what they want out of a website and what they need. That's the best way for us to develop our product. And I'm sure over the course of the next sort of 6 to 8 months, possibly over the next year, there will be new elements of the product being released. There will be things that have changed based upon sort of user and client experiences. And we're always about developing our products, as I'm sure everyone's seen, with sort of new features for our CRM systems, for social media and the website as well. So we're always looking to sort of improve.
Perfect, Danny. Learned a lot here again today. Exciting things coming from Rex. I don't know how much more you guys can be doing, but it's certainly, and we haven't even spoken away. This ties in with your social media tool as well, Spoke, which is again a fantastic tool. But look, we've got plenty of these shows to do over the coming months, Danny. So let's save a bit in the kit bag for them, shall we?
Perfect. No, sounds good. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
It's always great to have you on. Cheers, Danny.
Cheers. Thank you.